Hello and welcome back to another episode of a weekly Waypoint, where today we're playing Splitgate because I couldn't really think of another game to play, and I thought I can't just keep playing over a tournament every day or every week. These games aren't amazing, but this opening match here does open with something that's actually quite difficult to get if you're seeking it. It's a collateral sniper rifle kill, so I was very happy with that, as you can tell by the little camera shake. From here on out though, it's all downhill. Whereas last time I figured I would just save a replay of a match that I thought was pretty good and use that for the weekly waypoint. I wasn't happy with how their replay system turned out. It made things look more confusing than it needed to be. Don't know if they've updated that. Should probably have looked into it. The Season 0 update is out now, so maybe they did. But I just kind of went with, I'll just record a match. So as with any time when I go to specifically record a match for gameplay, doesn't turn out too great. I mean, I didn't play terribly. There are some moments in both matches that I enjoyed. I would have recorded more if they were absolutely awful. But yeah, that's that. That's enough gameplay anxiety from me. And this is what, episode 176? Never gets old. The thing is, I haven't been playing too many competitive games. What have I been playing? I've been playing Lego Star Wars, because of course I have. Well, actually no, that doesn't make sense. That's kind of a non sequitur. Why did I suddenly start playing Lego Star Wars when I should be playing Psychonauts 2? Well, you know me and my attention span, let's not go over thoroughly retread ground. I'm certainly not done with Psychonauts 2. But I just, Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, is just comfort food. And the fact that I haven't got all the achievements in it yet means I can go and do that, so that's pretty fun. I've been making videos out of it too. I'm so excited for Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. I really hope it's good. If it's good, it could be so good, but I have decided to dial back my expectations a bit. I already knew that Lego games are kind of hit and miss for me. For instance, I loved Lego Marvel Superheroes, but I hate Lego Marvel's Avengers. I do want to revisit that at some point, but for now, it's I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if they were made by different teams or whatever, but the level design in Lego Marvel's Avengers just felt obtuse. It was absolutely full of clutter, of stuff to break that just had nothing to do with the puzzles you were trying to do. And I specifically remember an area near the start of a game where I was playing as Hawkeye and someone else, and I literally broke everything in the level. I assembled everything that could be assembled, I did everything that could possibly be done, and there was seemingly no way to continue forwards. So eventually I was like, either I'm the dumbest idiot on the planet and can't solve this game that's made for kids, or it bugged. So yeah, haven't got the best track record with some of these Lego games. But also when playing through Lego Star Wars: A Complete Saga, I'm just struck with the fact that the game I want to play is here. It's backwards compatible on Series X and S. I'm playing it right now. Like, do I want a new Lego Star Wars? Yes, but is it going to give me this specific feeling of comfort food, of a game that I know intricately, that I have a really storied history with, that always makes me smile when I play it, but I pretty much know the secrets to off the top of my head? No, it's not going to have that, and obviously it shouldn't have that, but the point I'm trying to make here is it's going to be a different experience. And I think that whenever you go into a game which is either a sequel to a much older game, or a remake of a much older game, like a fairly, big remake and not just a remaster, you kind of go into it with this expectation of, I want to love this game as much as I love the original, but the love you have for the original is something that's grown steadily over years and is compounded by contextual memory and all that kind of a thing. At the end of the day, I guess all I can hope for is that Rise of Skywalker is a better game than it is movie. Wait, no, it's called the Skywalker Saga. Damn, that joke doesn't make any sense. I don't hate Star Wars 9. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I enjoyed it when I watched it. Let's not open that can of snakes, shall we? I do also have the first Lego Batman game on Xbox. It's a game that I also own on PC, but I've never gotten around to playing it simply because it didn't have achievements on PC, and yes, that is literally a thing that kind of puts me off playing games. I like to collect achievements, especially in collectathon platformers such as Lego Batman, but that was on Games with Gold a few months ago, so when I'm done playing Lego Star Wars, I'll hop on over to Batman. The main thing I've been sinking my time into is the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm just so deep in it. I don't really have anything new to say about it. I've just been doing the event. I've been leveling up Miri through the Mages Guild dailies as well. I should mention the event is about doing Orsinium, which is the DLC I was already playing through. I finished the Orsinium storyline on Brakosh. I'm now going to be getting the 100 gamer score savior of Hrothgar achievement, if that's what it's called. That equivalent achievement I'm slowly working my way towards as well. Been leveling Slinks under stars through daily dungeons, which is my Nightblade Argonian if I haven't mentioned him before, and it's just a fun time all around. Weirdly, my wandering attention span has been pulling me towards free-to-play games lately, just in terms of like picking up some fun achievements. So first of all, I saw Asphalt 9 and I was like, I mean, I like racing games and it looks kind of fun, so I'll play it, and that was a dud. First of all, I didn't really like how the car's handled, although I didn't hate it. I get that it's very arcadey. I wasn't expecting it to be that arcadey, but that's fine for what it is. But the thing that really kinched, is that a word? It is, isn't it? The thing that really kinched it for me was just, it has like this gacha system for cars, and you've got to like spend resources to upgrade them so that they go faster and stuff, and I'm like, man, that compromises the integrity of the game. Like, microtransactions are okay, but certain genres do not mix with certain microtransaction methods, and a racing gacha game is just not it, fam. The other one I've loaded up stupidly is Gems of War, which I actually downloaded when I first got my Xbox, and then uninstalled because I was sat there looking at it and thinking, I've just got this Xbox, I've just got the ability to play next gen games, which many people at that point did not have. I should at least play some of those games before I fucking put a free-to-play game on my Xbox which could be run on a toaster. For those of you who aren't aware, Gems of War is a free-to-play version of basically Puzzle Quest. For those of you who don't know what Puzzle Quest is, think match-free but RPG. And so far it's actually a pretty fun game. I'm going to see how far I can get through it. If I feel like I'm at a significant disadvantage because I'm not giving them any money, then I'll stop. But keep in mind, I am I am a person who 100% completed all the achievements in Adventure Capitalist without giving them any money. It took me 2.5 years, if I remember off the top of my head, but god damn it, I did it. I remember that well because Steam was then like, hey, do you want to play Adventure Communist? And I was like, no, fuck off. Don't talk to me. But yeah, so far Gems of War is pretty innocuous. I can see myself putting some time into it. It's got some fun collectability to it. I think it's the closest thing to a card game I'm ever going to play. It's not actually a card game, but the way you collect characters and the way they work reminds me a little bit of Hearthstone. A little bit, just a little bit. It's not really a direct analog, but seeing as I don't play a lot of those kinds of games, it's what I compare it to. But strategizing with match free, it's fun, what can I say? I don't know if you remember me, I think I talked about this on the Weekly Waypoint, it would have been years ago though. I once got a little bit hooked on a game called You Must Build a Boat, which is basically the same thing. It's a match-free RPG where in doing it you defeat monsters, collect resources and build your base. It's very indie. It's not a very robust game, but it's a very fun game. As for Solitaire, yes, I'm still playing Solitaire. Yeah, that'll be in a miscellaneous shenanigans soon. You might be thinking, Christian, really? Video content of Microsoft Solitaire Collection? Yeah, everything is content. I have a week off at the moment, which is nice. If you're thinking, then sorry, I'm presuming audience response a lot in this video, aren't I? But if you happen to be thinking another one, yeah, I've had a few weeks off in quick succession. I think this is just because one of the weeks off was due to COVID, as I mentioned at the time, of just being careful with it and isolating because I got pinged on my phone. This was a few months ago now. And the next one was just because when I was doing my holidays I realised I had some spare days to put somewhere, so I put it into a few days, which made it seem like most of a week off. This time it's just my next week off. What can I say? Don't know why I'm justifying myself here. It's everyone's allowed time off. But I've realised what I should do instead of sitting on my ass all week off, because that's what I will be doing, is at least go outside every day and have a walk, because otherwise I'm just going to balloon and then I'm going to be a very large man with lots of wobblage. Because I like my food, and the only thing that keeps me at my slightly podgy size and not at sumo Snorlax size what am I saying? The only reason I'm not overweight is because I balance it out with a lot of walking and physical activity. Not exercise so much, but I'm very physically active, I guess I should say. with my work. And whenever I have a week off, I feel like I put on a little bit of weight. I don't actually actively follow it because I'm convinced that if I start like actively taking note of my weight and weighing myself, I'm going to get unhealthily obsessed with it while not necessarily being productive about it, because I know myself as a person. Wow, this got very introspective all of a sudden, didn't it? But yeah, it's been nice, man. I just take walks. I take about an hour walk a day. I listen to some of the Wheel of Time. If you like my thoughts on Wheel of Time series, you'll know in the last one I said I'll probably take a break. I then decided to dip my toe into book 4, and book 4 suddenly got very interesting, so I'm not taking a break, at least not yet. I have paused my Audible subscription, but I think I've got up to book 7 owned, or at least book 6. So we're in no danger of running out of Wheel of Time anytime soon. Speaking of that, actually, sorry, just got very excited. They put out a trailer, didn't they, for the first season of the show they're making of it, and it looks really good. It looks really high budget, and like a lot of effort has been put into it. And while the characters don't necessarily look the way I imagine them to be, that's more my fault because I don't listen to character descriptions and just associate personalities with people who I expect them to look like in my head. So for instance, I've always seen Lan the Warder as the guy who plays Ilan Payne in Game of Thrones, like this bald, stone-faced, very harsh-looking man, whereas in the actual show he looks more like a samurai, which I guess makes a lot more sense. I'm a little bit, I don't know whether I should watch season 1 when it comes out, because as interested as I am, I don't know if it's going to have some differences in the story, and if it's going to mix up my notion of what's going on in the story, since I'm still halfway through the series and definitely will be by the time it's come out, and I don't know if I want to suddenly start seeing the characters differently, because when I watch the entire season, the guy that I picture as Rand in my head is suddenly going to be replaced with a guy who I've seen in the Amazon show. So yeah, I feel like I want to hold off until I've read all the books, but at the same time I'm not going to be able to, and I feel like it's fine if I do just watch the show, because that's what I did with Game of Thrones. I was about halfway through reading that, and then I was just like, fuck it, I want to see the show. And the show was on, I think it had just finished season 3 by that point. So I watched the show and then I carried on reading. And then obviously the show overtook the books at the end anyway. Hey, the good thing about this series is if they do it right, I think it has the potential to be as well loved as Game of Thrones, but this one actually has a written ending, so that's cool. It's also a little bit less, I mean, it's dark and it's grim in places, but it's a bit less overtly crass, if you know what I mean. If anyone's wondering what it's going to be like in comparison to Game of Thrones, at least as long as they're faithful to the source material, that is. But yeah, I think that about does it for this episode of A Weekly Waypoint. We're getting to the end of this match here. I do think I'm going to be moving it to Mondays, because my schedule at work is shifting just a little bit. I'm going to be having... it's changing, so I'm having an extra day off, but I'm doing the same hours, so that's pretty cool. Or at least it's pretty cool in theory. Hopefully it remains pretty cool in practice. But I think it makes more sense for me to do it on a Monday now, so keep an eye out for the Weekly Waypoint on Mondays, he said, half committed, with a click and a look at the blank wall. Sorry, this one's been a little bit weird. I recorded this a little bit late at night. It's currently 20 to 1 in the morning, actually. Didn't realise quite how late it was, but so if it seems a bit rambly or a little bit different in tone, that's probably why. I don't know why, I just felt like doing this now. My schedule is all over the place, so hopefully you liked it. I started recording this bit of audio right when I felt like I needed to sneeze, so that wasn't very good of me. Watch this player play better than I did. Wow, how amazing. See you later.